Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Britballin. I'm your host, Matt McGugan. I'm joined by my lovely angel of the north, Adam Wilkin. How are we doing this evening?
I'm good, mate. A lot better than last week. I am very good. Yes.
Yep, no moaning this week.
No moaning this week.
No kicking off.
Maybe a little bit. Maybe. Well, we'll see.
Does
I'm
that
not
mean-
allowed. I was reported last week, so I've got to be careful.
Was you?
I was.
Give us the deets. You're not telling me about this.
There was a complaint made from somebody to my SU regarding comments I'd made on social media. So, anyways, can't talk about it.
Oh, you're on a ban. You're on the naughty step.
Nah, fuck them. I
You're
don't
on
care,
the
man.
naughty step.
But anyways, how is my Manchester B doing?
I'm absolutely buzzing. Tonight you will be known as Naughty Wilkin. You're in the naughty corner. You've been on the naughty step. You've said something you shouldn't have.
Don't even care, mate.
That is your biggest problem. You don't care. That's why you get yourself into these situations.
People seem to think, that like
You care.
I'm actually bothered, but I'm really not.
No, for the amount of time I've known you and spoke to you, the one thing you care about more than anything is actually players, the safety, and all that kind of stuff. You care more about that than your own reputation, I'll give you that. And football in the North East, putting that on the map, you care about that a lot.
Up the North East.
Up the North East. This is the only place for football. So we're going to get into the show tonight. We're going to break down some of the fixtures from last week, some interesting results. Hello, UK American football scene. Pleasure to have you who was watching as always.
The number one place for British American football information.
The only place.
The only place.
I don't go anywhere else. There's nowhere else I would rather be.
There's nowhere else I'm allowed to go.
Yeah. Basically, you go to UK American football scene by proxy.
By proxy.
By proxy. How are we doing this wonderful evening, Bob? Is Bob Babs a girl or is it?
It's a joint account.
Right. Okay. Bob and Babs.
Yeah.
Okay. Is Babs short for Barbara?
No. But anyway. So,
she got big Babs, right? Okay. I get it.
I know these in person. Please don't.
I don't. It's fine. It's fine. I'll never meet these people.
Oh, wait there. I mean, they have a brand that. Wait there. Am I allowed to do it? No, I'm not really allowed to do it.
What are you doing?
Trying to take the overlay off for a second.
No.
The Cleat Kings. That's who they are.
Oh, right. Yeah. So, yeah. Anyway, on with the show. So, we're going to hit up some of the... Oh, this is good. So, people are saying hi. And I put the comments on the shares tonight as come say hi. So, hi, Anth and Ando. I hope that's also a dual account.
No, that's his name.
Ando. Is he
part
of your...
It's part of Son of Jimmy.
Oh, fair enough. Welcome to the show. Mr. Ando, I'm going to call him.
Baller linebacker. I'm just putting that out
there. Yeah, if you ever get a chance to play this year. So we're going to hit up some of the scores this week from the results. I'll be honest with you all. It's getting close to Christmas, and I didn't really have time or the effort to be able to put the ticker across the bottom. I'll be honest. So I'll hold my hands up. That's me. Adam doesn't do it. No. Adam
Listen, you've got one job.
That's one more than you.
Listen, I am the face of this.
Yeah, right? You used to do things for the show. Now you ring me and go, "What are we doing tonight?"
Mate, I've got no
My back's
time
killing
anymore.
Me. My back
I'm not.
is
To be fair, I need to pull the old finger out. I'm not going to lie.
Well, you're off for Christmas soon. I finish on the 20th, so we're going to take a couple of weeks off, so it doesn't really matter.
4 days. 4 days.
4 days. Yeah, I've got 4 left, and then I'm off to like the 6th or something of January.
Sure.
So paternity was helpful for me, so I've not used all my holidays. So
I've got 4 days left, and tomorrow I think tomorrow's like my last proper day.
Oh, you wheeling out the teller?
Nah. Like tomorrow's I think my last proper day Wednesday, I think there's players on. Thursday, we're at the church, and then I'm away half.
I tell you what you could do, Wilkin.
Yes.
Tell someone who gives a shit.
And then Friday, we're at the cinema, and then there's a party. Right? So
no one cares about your job.
I'm sure someday this week.
6 weeks every year.
I'm dressing up as old Saint Nick sometime this week as well. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean I fit the bodybuild, Joe.
Yeah. You don't need to.
It's the only reason I don't go to the gym, mate. So every year the kids can be happy around Christmas.
Come and see Uncle Adam.
Not like that. Jesus.
No. Wrong, different show. Works in the school, still tries claiming you work proper days. Never seen the proper days work.
You've got no idea, mate. I'm not one of them teachers that just stand in front of a whiteboard all day. Yeah. I'm out. Rain, shine, coaching sessions all day, every day. Those that called.
We get it. You're a coach. Yeah,
those
who can't do PE, coach. We get it. We know.
Yes.
Right, let's hit up some of these scores. Oh, actually, there's a bit of news this week. I've seen it. Did you see that the Jurassic Coast Raptors have collapsed?
I did. I messaged them as well.
Did you? Or did you ask them for the domain?
No, right. What I do every time a team folds, okay, right, and this is something that I think more teams should do when they fold, right, or more teams around other teams should do when teams fold, is message and ask what they're doing with the kit, because normally it just gets left with one bloke that's just going to sell it on eBay and make a fortune.
Very good point.
I just messaged to ask if they'd be returning any of their equipment they purchased from Sport England grants, or passing it on to youth and junior teams, which they're allowed to do. So I just made the comment, and it turns out they are going to be giving their kit to youth and junior teams in the local area. They didn't specify which ones.
That's good. I mean, at least it's going to someone.
I just think I don't like the idea of teams using a Sport England grant and then folding a couple of years later and just selling the kit. I prefer them just to pass it on, like, so someone else can feel the benefit. Do you know what I mean? I think it's a great idea for youth and junior footballers to get that.
So, no, good idea. Good person that you are. Always on the borough trying to get someone out for now.
Not for me. They're way too far away from me. Do you know what I mean? It was.
You drive down there often enough, don't you?
Every month, but never mind.
Yeah.
I mean, I can just swap the car for a van, but it's all right.
That's it. Should we get into some of these fixtures then? Because we've got we're going to do fixtures, power rankings, and then we've got a special guest joining us for.
Well, should we do the results from our fixtures last week first?
If you want to talk about that.
Yeah, I do. I was cheated out of this.
Well, not really. So we chose 4 games.
You picked 3 of them.
Right. So the 4 games were chosen,
and you picked 3 teams out of 4.
Right. So Durham versus Cath. So we'll hit that game up first.
Yeah, notice your Cath hat is not.
Yep, Durham won. I called it. I said I couldn't leave with my heart. Head talk logic, Durham won. So 1-0 to Mike.
I wanted to pick Durham.
Yeah, but you didn't.
But I didn't. So because I had to go opposite. Come on, that's how the game is.
This is true. Northumbria Mustangs versus Hull Sharks. You let me have the choice on this one. I chose.
I did, and I even said that the Mustangs QB wasn't playing. The left just tried my hardest for you to pick Hull, because I know how much you don't like picking Hull.
Well, it's because I don't know whether Hull or York is the same team. That's my theory.
It's not the same team.
You never see them in the same place at the same time.
They'll be playing each other this year.
They don't know. They just say that they're playing each other. It's the same team.
Should we go watch it and see if it is the same team?
It would just be a scrimmage.
Well, if it's good enough for NFL Academy, it's good enough for York and Hull. Right?
They do it just so they can play loads of games. That's what it is. So they've got a
that's clever. I like it. Right.
Yeah. So value for money, that's what I say.
I'm game to drive there for a scrimmage.
For a scrimmage. I've got worse things that I could do. Right, so Northumbria won, so we'll go through the scores in a bit. Now, you said that we had this one, but I don't think we did, but because it wasn't in the comments that I put. So Sheffield versus Derby. I would never have backed Derby because they lost so many players.
Right, and I'm going to refresh your memory on this.
Please do.
You said Derby, and I said I wouldn't go against Enrique, who coaches at the Sabres.
Fair point.
Rewind the tape back from last week.
Yeah, but we didn't put it as an official bet, so unfortunately that's not a win for you.
Bollocks.
So I'm still 2-0 up. Then our game of the week, and we're joined by the winning head coach of this later on, Sheffield Hallam Warriors versus Manchester Tyrants. Tyrants took the dub in there. I went away from Manchester. And yeah, I thought Hallam would turn the table. They didn't. Look like another fantastic game, but we'll get into that a little bit later on.
Up the Tyrants.
Up the Tyrants, big time. And then the other one we ended up choosing was Brighton Panthers. I chose a random one, Brighton Panthers versus Shitchester Spitfires, as I'm
I did not agree to this game.
I let you have first choice.
No, you didn't. You didn't. I watched it back. So after you said this in the car today, I watched it back. You chose the other team, and I got stuck with fucking Shitchester
again. You was happy about it.
I couldn't do it. I don't even know who they are. Don't even know where Shitchester is.
Shitchester's Shitfires.
Yeah, I don't even know where that is. Never even heard of it.
Yeah, so that's who you had. But they didn't even turn up, so they lost 1-0.
That doesn't count, does it?
Still. Well, it might have been a 1-0 game. They might have played it and won 1-0.
All right, explain.
A drop goal.
That's two.
1 point. It's worth 1 point.
It's two, you know.
Is it? I thought a drop goal was worth 1.
No, it's two.
All right. Well, they just kicked an extra point.
Extra point on what?
Don't know. They just did it. Hey, I don't make the rules. Nobody does. So after last week's rant, right? Let's get into these scores. Durham Saints. I put a fairly impressive win, 47-26 on Leeds back at Carnegie. I was I did think Durham would win, but the margin I was surprised about.
I just want to put this out there. I thought Durham would win as well, but I had to go with CAF just because.
Well, obviously the North East, and it's the best in the world is the North East, so I don't
believe
you for what it's about. That's why I always take teams in the North East just to piss you off.
I know you do constantly. It kills us.
So
the only time you're back against teams in the North East is when it's my teams.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it's kind of a rule of thumb. So good victory for Durham there. I think they've been growing throughout the season. We've seen them when they beat Stirling last week fairly convincingly. Yeah, Beckett have played. I think it's now 6 on the bounce. So I think that probably got on top of them with a small squad. So yeah, very very good result, and we'll definitely mix up the power rankings. That I think. Yeah,
it will. Yeah, it's. I'm looking forward to the power rankings today. Actually.
Yeah. Leeds Gryffindors. Gryffindor 0. Nottingham Gold 42. Now I'm not sure if this is the worst offense in BUCS like memory. I don't think they've scored a point this year. Let me just check. They might have like 2 points, which I'm assuming was a safety or a drop goal. Yeah, they've scored 2 points all year, so they've scored a drop goal against Leeds against Stirling Klansmen.
I hope that is actually what happened. I hope it wasn't a safety. I hope it actually was a drop goal.
So listen to the scores: 30-0, 32-0, 32-2, 52-0, 42-0, and it doesn't look like it's going to get any better. They've got to play Durham twice, CAF again, and Klansmen. I mean, it's a tough division they're in. I mean, imagine if they don't score all year.
The thing is, right, it's quite bad because obviously
has that ever been done, do you think?
What, not score all season?
Yeah.
Well, probably. Probably not in the Prem.
Definitely not in the Prem. No. Probably definitely not in the Prem.
But I mean, it is quite difficult. Like, they're coming off the COVID season. They were the favourites to get relegated anyways before the COVID season. Like, this hasn't helped at all. No,
I'd be interested to see if anyone can get into that Prem North and get away from those 4 teams at the top. So, no, very, very good result again there for Nottingham Gold. Probably rotated a lot. Took care of business by the looks of things. We had a washout in the BUCS Midland Tier 1. Warwick versus Luga Brugge. No result. NTU Renegades versus Coventry Jets. No result on that one. BUCS Prem South.
Why are there no results?
It just looked like they were cancelled. I'd have to check why. Don't worry about it. You do nothing there, and I'll have a check whilst we're talking.
You have a check. I'll just sit and look pretty. That's normally how this works. I'm just going to put that out there. If you didn't know, that's what I do. I just sit here. I look pretty. I put a cap on.
Talk about the Northeast.
Talk about the Northeast. Youth football. Junior football.
Yeah.
That's a thing. We can announce that in a second.
Yeah, we'll go through that in a minute. Listen, I don't mean to... we've bigged them up, but I'm on UK American football scene and I can't seem to find them. So I can't seem to find the reason and I don't want to go elsewhere.
It mustn't have happened. It mustn't have had a reason. No. If it's not on there, didn't have a reason. Simple as that.
No. I could go and find it. And I know a place I could go and find it. But over my dead body.
Fucking good, chap.
Nay, chance. One thing that I did want, there was a bit of news. Big shout out to Filton Pride coach Fitzpatrick, who's back from his successful fight against cancer. Big shout out to that. We shared that, but I just wanted to make sure we said that on air for overcoming that.
I love Fitz, by the way. Fitz is, in my opinion, one of the best lineman coaches in the country.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, mate, he's unbelievable.
Might have to go down and see him. I'm doing a bit of a tour over the next couple of weeks and months. So I'm going to go and try and work. Yeah, I'm going to go and see what line coaches are like.
But you need to see Fitz. Simple as that.
Yeah. I want to go down and see Gav. I'm going to tie it in with my work because I have to go and see people from work. So I'm going to go meet clients and then in the afternoon, then try and make it to a session at the evening. So I've got Nottingham booked in, CAF booked in, Gav at the Academy. So...
Mate, you need to see
Fitz. Yeah, Bristol was always going to be on that.
Fitz is really up for putting an offensive line clinic on as well.
We need to get that sorted. I've already got us potentially a venue for that for next year and set up. I was speaking to Panthers, he wants to help out with it as well. So we definitely need to do an online clinic. Big time.
Robbie's just had we're still going to war against sand.
No
Sand,
comment.
Ice, everything.
No
just
comment.
I can't say officially.
So as you can see by his name, he's called Naughty Adam. So Naughty Wilkin. So he's not allowed.
If you missed the start of the show, Robbie, basically someone has put a complaint in against us for no apparent reason. I thought I was quite pleasant.
No, you was a twat last week. No. Yeah. You was bad last week, yeah. At one point, I don't know if you know in your blind rage, but you called out basically the head of Baffa and called him a fucking joke.
No. I didn't call it. No, it was the operation, not the operations. It was the rules committee guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, fuck him.
Yeah, you outed him. So yeah, you was on good form last week.
Yeah, but not with the people that's complained about it. Like, I thought I was Christmassy with them. That's the only word I can say.
No, you wasn't.
I'm gonna fly. Anyway, let's go.
Bit of spam for everyone. Don't go on this link.
Thanks very much for joining in to type that, you prick. All right, now leave. And also, we don't want hoodies. We don't want jerseys. If you're going to send us messages about that either, right?
Yeah, so we definitely don't need kit.
We don't need kit. I don't want hats. I don't want hoodies. I don't want varsity jackets. I don't want to be your friend. Piss off. Done.
I mean, it shows that I feel like you're getting more and more into last week's Adam here. So we're gonna take a step away from the spam chat. I'll delete the comment. I'll block the user. I'll put
He's gone.
You know, I can put people in a timeout. I didn't.
He's just blocked a toddy. Get in. Yes, t-shirts. 10 pence t-shirts, 55 postage.
We love to see it.
I hate them, by the way. I'll always message back now.
Oh, that was the funniest the other day. So we got one through on the Instagram account basically saying, have you got a team? And Adam responded saying, we've personally not got a team, but I do know a team who are looking for new stash. please contact the Pittsburgh Steelers. Just find them on Facebook. They'll be more than happy to have it. I was like, yes. Just a bit of banter, absolutely spamming the Steelers. He was like, thank you very much, Mr. Wilkin.
I couldn't help myself, to be honest.
I love it because sometimes I can just see when you're responding to him. Obviously, I'm not involved in it, but it's just like you're in a mind working. I'm like, this is brilliant.
Yeah, but it's like, it's one of them, like, if I get, like, more than one in a day, that's it. It's on. Like,
it's on.
It's, honestly, like, they're just constantly, I bet you I get one now. Someone's selling there's a t-shirt as well. But, mate, like, you've got to remember, right? So I have my Instagram, where they send us them. Britballin. Then we've got the academies at Gated, and they just it's the same person sends the same one constantly, and it's just like, mate, I've answered you on all these other accounts, and you're going to get the same answer now. Do one. And by the way,
go on.
We always get this one as well. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's based on your search history.
I've clicked on
why.
it.
What?
Clicked on it, man. Have a click.
No, I'm not having a click because they keep. She
tell us, right, that join a private WhatsApp group, and I was thinking, oh, get in. So I joined it. Tried to sell us 4 hoodies for a $5, 400 quid postage. I was raging. I thought it was someone else. I can't believe it.
Right, come on, let's rattle through these. BUCS Premier South, Swansea Titans 0, Birmingham Lions 36.
How many points have Swansea scored?
They've won a game this year.
Did they?
Yeah, they beat. I think they beat. There's someone else in their division who's pretty trash. I think they beat them.
We've just got Pirates. We've just got one.
What?
A message on Facebook this time.
See, it's because you're looking at dirty things on your phone. They beat UAE Pirates.
That doesn't count.
Whereas this time this year they also lost this week to Birmingham. So tough luck for them.
That's a shame.
Yeah, so UAE Pirates won this week 30-6 against the Cardiff Cobras. So Cardiff, having been pretty high on our estimations this year, actually took a massive slide. So a bit of a shocker there.
That's all right.
Yeah, no worries. Not too worried about Cardiff sliding. Right, I'm going to rattle through these now. Royal Holloway Bears 6, Portsmouth Destroyers 7. I've got no comment on that whatsoever.
I went with Royal Holloway on that, by the way.
No, you didn't. You would have went with Portsmouth because I know someone at Royal Holloway, so I know I would have backed them just for that reason. So I still lost. Northumbria Mustangs 7, Hull/York 0.
Yeah.
So Northumbria won a close one, 7-0. Hull York, same team, I'm telling you. Sheffield Sabres 18, the lowly Derby Braves 6. A big surprise this year, but missing all the players, I can understand it. The next fixture we will miss because we're going to talk about that in 5 minutes. ARU got a walkover, lost to Imperial Immortals. I don't know why. Queefer. Southampton Stags 14, Bristol Barracuda 43, Eden Napier Knights 46, Aberdeen Bulls 0. Bit of a thump in there.
I thought that would have been more. I'm not going to lie, I thought that would have been more.
No, yeah. York St John Jaguars 18, Teesside Cougars 24. Up the Teesside.
I nearly played for them this week.
Oh, did you? Oh, because you can't you? Yeah, I forgot about that.
I don't know. So I was literally ringing around asking if I could be on 2 BUCS rosters at once.
All right.
And no one got back to it, so I just didn't play.
Yeah. Liverpool Raptors 24 to the UCLan Rams 2. That was a surprising result. Not a surprising result. UCLan go 4-0. Liverpool go 4-0, beating UCLan Rams, who were previously like 3-0 or something. So
I thought UCLan would have won that easily.
I actually, weirdly enough, went to the game 5 minutes before the game to hand a bag over to a UCLan coach, and I spoke to the UCLan head coach, and they said there was missing people. Not that kind of bag. Just to clarify.
Wait, what type of bag are we not thinking of?
Yeah, I turned up in my black Beamer, my sliders. and I've just got a bully. So
just a little bag.
Just a little white bag. The only other real result was Kiel Crusaders 0, Lincoln 12. So good result for Lincoln. Others were washouts, and then Winchester Silverback 6, UCL Emperors 6. I mean, that stinks.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was the scores on the doors.
We'll talk about that team later.
Yeah, we are missing one score, and the reason we're missing one score is because it's our game of the week, and we're joined by the head coach of this undefeated team. Your friend, my friend, and now yours, Mr. Mike Ripley. How are we doing this evening?
How are we doing, guys? You okay? Adam is my best friend, by the way, now, not Mike.
Yes!
Yeah, so I unfortunately backed Hallam this week.
Shithouse.
I know I shouldn't have as well, because I speak to Ripley quite a lot, and I know Tyrants were dominating the last game, and Hallam came back late. So tell us about this week's game anyway, Ripley. Obviously, you're head coach of the Manchester Tyrants. Thanks for joining us. First season as a head coach. Pleasure to have you on the show, and you deserve to be here because you've done a great job with the Tyrants this year. But tell us about the game this week. What happened?
Yeah, Hallam. You know what Hallam are like every year. You know, I don't know how they do it. They just stick with the quality, and they just stick with kind of how good they are. And they're always, for me, the measuring yard for that Division 1 and that Division 1 North. They're kind of, you know, what other teams should look to kind of emulate just with that success that they've continually had and kind of how they've established themselves. So, yeah, big game. They come out, they were beating us, and we just managed to come back into it. You know, we stuck with the process, which is, you know, we always go for 2. We punted it once. I went for it in the first quarter on my own 20 because that's what we're about. I always tell my guys, and it's a bit cheesy, we're, you know, all gas, no brakes. It's kind of where we go. Even though I had to kind of put a shoe in my mouth at the end of the game when we took a knee when I wanted to go for it, but still. Yeah, and just a shout out as well to Hallam because, you know, they hosted us for the first game when our pitch, we couldn't get one sorted. They hosted us, so just shows like, you know, they were up for the game and they were up for playing, not just kind of taking the easy route, which would have been, you know, to push for maybe a forfeit or maybe even push for the game to be moved. So full credit to Hallam, really.
Oh, no, great. So
what made you punt?
What made me punt? Pete Bird screaming at
me. Ignore him. Just say, listen, we're not punting.
I can't. Like, Mike, you've been there.
Yeah, I'll come down. I'll tell him to shut up for you, mate. I'm telling you, we don't punt. Like, I don't see the point in it.
Well, it went 4 yards. So yeah, we're not doing that again.
Do not punt.
If you don't practice it, don't do it. To be fair, we had Coach Kevin Kelly on, and he said, I think the stat was any more than 4 explosive plays of 25 yards usually wins the game for you. So
it's on.
That should be.
It's on.
That should be your focus point. Turnovers win the game, win the day. So, what was any MVPs who stood out for you guys? Anyone specifically stand out for them? You know, what did that look like?
So number 20 for them, Jack. I'm probably going to make a hash of his last name. Jack Porteous. He is an absolute baller. He's going to be a name that, you know, we need to kind of keep an eye on moving forward. I think it's his first year of proper football, and he was just mossing people. He was doing one-handed catches. He's outrageous. And, you know, he's going to be a name on people's lips in a few years. We've got a QB as well, number 2, Dan Johnson. Just absolutely impressive in terms of going for his reads, going for his progressions, just what you want in a quarterback. For us, you know, we got to break out the Air Lengus offense, which is we've got a backup wide receiver. Well, we've got a backup QB and our starting receiver, Len Dawson. Chester Romans guys might know him. We stuck him in at QB after our QB went down, and he kind of led us to the victory. And obviously, the one-man band himself, our running back, Chris Cornish, you know, real big player for us this year. He's really stepped up, and just the line as well. They've really, you know, kind of excelled this year and really kind of brought their A game each game, and they're the ones kind of leading the way for us.
Yeah, I do love it because you've stuck to what you know as well in terms of that. I know you've got a good offensive line. I've played with a lot of the guys who are on that offensive line. you've got big experienced guys up there for Uniball, and then you've got one hell of a running back, haven't you, in Chris? Let's not make any bones about it. The kid legit, like very legit. And if he's staying in Manchester over the summer, I know where he'll be going.
Lancashire Wolverines.
Yeah, right.
I mean, just on Chris, I mean, he come to us as a kind of skinny little receiver who's played like 1 year, got himself in the gym, got himself working hard, and that's the kind of blueprint for all our players. I tell them all the time, like, he didn't turn up as this superstar player. He turned up as this, good, but, not absolute amazing player. You'll remember him, Mike. You've coached, you've coached him. He was always a good player. He always had that work ethic, but he's just added to his game this year, and he's come back from Europe, and he's a man possessed this year.
Yeah, he looks. You've sent me some clips over, and it's been really good to see these guys just dropping off him, and it'll help. Whilst we all like to take the piss out of this fella, one of the best running back coaches I've ever seen in terms of what he's doing, so that'll help him as well. And it's really good. You developed a coaching staff there, which, all credit to you as well. So people who don't know, for example, Pete Birds was your head coach at the Titans and at the Tyrants when he got you into coaching, didn't he? So you've got really experienced guys under you helping you, and you've assembled a decent coaching staff to really take on the job, haven't you?
Yeah, and for me, it's not. There's no ego with it. I'm a head coach in name, really, but it is done kind of with us all. Pete's been massive this year in terms of just being that steady hand, that steady ship.
He told me he's lost weight as well.
Yeah, he said he was on a half marathon the other day, which I don't believe. I mean, just having that, and as well, we've kind of kept with our foundation. So Toby McManus, who used to be our QB, he stepped in as OC this year. I thought I could do it at the start of the year. I clearly couldn't, so I'm glad that he stepped up. And Chris Walsh, who started at cornerback for us for years, he's our DC. So we're just trying to have that continuity and just trying to build for the future. And, woe betide anything happened to me, I want to stay here for years. But if it does happen, there's people internal who can step up, and they've kind of got the team in the blood, and they've kind of got that development plan, and they're gonna progress. We've got the best of both worlds this year because we've got some guys from Titans, we've got some guys from Chester. I'm obviously from Lancashire. We've got Max as well from Lancashire. So we're really tapping into those big teams in the north and those talent-rich teams in the north, and kind of bringing the best from all those teams.
No, it's a good way to be, and credit to you in terms of what you're doing there. So, what's the next steps? What are you going to try and run the table now? Was Hallam the big scalp? Do you think, beating them twice? Were they the big ones in the division?
Sheffield Sabres, both Sheffield teams. The thing is both Sheffield teams are always well coached, always well talented. So we've got a massive test now ahead of us with Sheffield Sabres. Derby will come back. They'll be licking the wounds over Christmas. That coaching staff is too good to kind of not adjust and not make changes and not come back with that time that they've got. So I say it all the time, I think this division is the most competitive in kind of the University Football League. I know some people might disagree, but it kind of speaks for itself. Everybody's taking points off each other, and we've just got to be aware of that fact and not kind of get ahead of ourselves and stick to the process. I tell my guys, go 1-0 in that play. Don't focus on going 1-0 in the game. Don't focus on the 4-0 or anything like that. Just go 1-0 in that play, in that game. And if we get 7 guys who win and go 1-0 on each play, then we'll be successful over the course of the game. And it's all about changing that mindset from kind of being outcome driven to being process driven. And that's the big thing that I want to kind of reinforce. I mean, moving forward, we've just got to keep improving and growing. We've got, I think we had sort of 7 guys who've played before extensively beyond this year. So for us, it's just getting people more experience, blooding that next class of rookies, and kind of making sure that we're setting a foundation for future successes, because we don't just want to be a flash in the pan. We want to establish ourselves and grow. And much like the blueprint that Hallam have set and Sheffield have set, and those teams that have kind of been in and around this division, just keep progressing and growing.
I've got a question for you. Have you got any talented true first years in the team this year?
Yeah, so our entire starting DB core against Hallam were all first years. So all of them were playing literally in, if you count the pre-season against MMU, they were all playing in their 4th ever game. It shows at times, but it shows in positives as well, because they just don't know when they're beaten. And that DB core to me is really growing, and Max has done a real good job, and Ryan Gilmartin, they've both done a good job there. And we've got a good running back coming through in Renee as well. Pete's done a really good job with him.
Reason I asked that is we've got some news coming out later on tonight that I think you might want to share with some of you guys. And I was wondering as well, I was going to ask you a question if you're free in January anytime.
I'm currently waiting on an email back from some kind of potential All-Star game.
Right. Well, you see, we've got something coming up on our end with the whole under-19s football, which we're gonna be announcing pretty soon. If you'd be interested.
I just love coaching. To be honest, the more I can learn, the more perspectives I can learn and develop and grow from. I'll be there. I'll make.
You don't have to ask Mike. I'll just drag him with me. He's right. He loves it. He lives for it.
Mike, do you want to tell everyone watching what that is, by the way? What we're going to be doing in January? Go on, you can tell them.
Oh yeah, so Team North under-19s are travelling up to Scotland to play Team Scotland. So that's now official. So as obviously last time it was against Filton, we're a little bit more involved. So we're going to be out looking for coaches to get involved to help out with that. Ripley was one of our first ones we were going to go after. So it will help with the BUCS season because
we've got him. It's done.
It'll help with the BUCS season because there could be some under-19s playing at BUCS level who might well get involved as well. So
yeah, and there's so much talent in this region, and there's so much talent across the UK. So any kind of spotlight on them is good. To be fair.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, I mean, fair play to you, Ripley. We go back a long time, but all credit to you what you've done with the team. I'll be honest with you, I heard you guys. You know, Tyrants, the yo-yo team. They should go down this year. That's what should have happened. To go 3-0, beat Sheffield Hallam twice in 2 big shootout games, and really you should run that division now, whether you want to say it or not. Keep humble about it, but go and win it.
I called it at the start of the season, by the way. I said Manchester, Newcastle final to get to the Prem. That's what I said at the start.
I mean, just on that, we just want to keep learning, keep growing, keep developing. And I will say, it's not about me. It's all about the guys that I coach, and they've kind of got us in this situation, in this position. I'm just kind of the idiot who shouts at them. I do spreadsheets. That's basically my job as a head coach. I've realised that. And thank you, Mike, as well, because you kind of took me under the wing right at the start as well, and I've learned a lot from you as well. So just the more I can keep developing, and everyone as well, like Dale. I remember doing my level 1 with Dale, and it left like a lasting impression in terms of how I want to coach. And Pete as well, massive. I wouldn't be coaching if it wasn't for him. So yeah, it's just there's a lot of good people in the north who share that knowledge, and long may it continue.
Well, it's a pleasure having you on. Go and win it for Manchester because we all love it. And Manx are the best people ever. So good luck with the rest of the season. We appreciate you coming on and taking the time out, mate. Yeah. And keep sending those clips of Chris absolutely killing people because it's fucking brilliant. Cheers for coming on, mate. See you later, mate.
Thanks very much.
Yeah, what a guy. I mean, to be fair to him, I coached with Ripley a good couple of years ago, and he just got into coaching. He was just literally a linebacker assistant, and there's nobody who loves it more. Like, he loves coaching. He's found it. He'll be okay. Me saying this, he's not the greatest player, but he loves the game that much. Where he just needed to be involved at some level, and the fact that there was a couple of doubts of him taking it as the head coach, but I always knew he'd be well, and I've told him that on and off air before because I just thought he just lives and breathes it and wants to do well.
The fact he's got a plan in mind how he wants to run his game, and it takes a strong staff behind him to try and persuade him to alter it if anything's going well, and the fact that he's willing to listen if it needs to alter is unreal. Like, that's what you need, isn't it? So
exactly. And he said to me tonight he may be not be able to make it because he's on a recruitment call. So just shows where he's looking to take the University of Manchester. So I think they'll be good, and hopefully he takes him in the right place and proves a lot of people wrong in doing so. So fair play to him and his coaching staff, and well done to the University of Manchester for your 3-0 start. Should we hit some power rankings?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Right, don't worry, Adam. I'll get these up. I know you'll be panicking. I don't know. Would you be able to do this show without me anymore?
Yeah. So much easier.
Yeah.
It would be so much easier. Oh. This is just me trying to get you involved, this one. People are only here to see me. I thought, oh, Christ, I better give Mike something to do.
Let me just pull it up.
Anytime of the day, son, it's fine.
Tell me when you can see me.
It's loading. It's in. Let's go.
Let's go. So it looks like we've got bullets at the top.
Yes.
I mean, is there any argument for Nottingham at the minute?
No.
Is it because we've seen bullets? Like on record? No, there's no argument for Nottingham, is there?
Not yet.
I wish there could be an argument. There's nothing that could happen now, unless the bullets will run close, but they're not going to get run close off anybody because, quite frankly, Birmingham, whilst I'm sure they're a decent team, they're not anywhere close.
Oh, I forgot to tell you as well.
Oh, yeah, I got some grief. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you get some grief?
I got grief, yeah. Did you get grief off Frankie?
Yeah, I got some grief off a coach from thingy. Yeah. Oh shit! 1 minute. I also need to make a point before we hit these power rankings. 1 minute. I got some gossip, but we didn't talk about it because the game was cancelled. But listen to this.
Okay.
So I got so apparently MMU versus Bradford game was called off.
Yes.
So I've seen that the game was called off. So as with all these things, I did my investigation. Now I think this is scumbaggy, but I'm just going to tell the facts and we can discuss what we think of it. So Bradford called off on the Monday, citing, I think it was something like, they commented, they've got at least 10 injuries, so that they may struggle to make the fixture. Okay?
Right.
No problem. That's fine. We'll cancel. So Bradford were looking to cancel. Then they was trying to get it on. So then there was an email from the SU again saying they'll try and get it on. And then the third email was, the game's now off because they have had 11 COVID cases. Okay, so this was on the Wednesday, right? Okay, so that's an important bit of information. They cited that there was 11 COVID cases and they couldn't make the game because of it.
Yeah.
This was 2 days before the game. So that is a team picture of Bradford out on their Christmas do.
Might not have been the 11 that had COVID.
I mean, I'm not the best counter in the world, but I can count at least 17 to 20 people on this one photo. If you'd had 11
How many
linemen?
How many linemen are on there?
Enough where they're eating food, I can tell you that. I won't worry about that. There's some large portions on there, so I'm not worried in the slightest. I just think...
No, I said how many linemen, not future linemen.
I just... One of the things that I don't like, I just think, legit or not, and I'm not going to comment whether it's legit, like, if you're in Britball or BUCS now, please don't ever use COVID as an excuse. Like, because this is a legit thing. So, like,
but if it is COVID, it's COVID. Like, for all we know...
Don't go out, though, and have a big fucking Christmas meal.
No, but the people that have it could have been isolating.
No, I'm not.
And the uni don't want to take the risk. That could not be on the that might not be on the players. You've got to inform them if there's COVID.
Yeah.
That's legit. Like I'd accept that. Like it's one of them things. Like it happens.
All I'm saying, if that does happen, I just think 2 or 3 different reasons in a week. Like if anyone is watching and a part of teams, never use COVID as an excuse just because you might be have injuries. That's fine. Cancel the game. But I don't know. Have a bit of common sense. Like
there was a worse one. I've seen.
Yeah, there has been worse ones.
No,
but that's what I mean.
But there's a worse one this week that I don't want to bring.
No, I don't mind outing people if they need outing. Just like don't be literally simple rule in Britball. Don't be a dick, and it's a difficult rule for people to grasp.
It's our favourite rule, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
But anyways.
Or just be smarter with your photographs. Yeah. Don't have big family photos having Christmas dinner.
Yeah, just do it the week after.
Fucking grow up. But thanks for the information.
Yeah. So Bullets top, anyways. Can't move them just yet. They're putting in performance after performance after performance. Nottingham were close by calf, so I can't really. Do you know that it was close at the start and then wasn't close, but you know what I mean. Like it was too close for them to jump. Calf need to come down. What are you doing with the screen?
Sorry, is that?
Yeah, that's better. I've just moved where we are. It's fine.
All right, sorry. I was just trying. I go side by side. That's all.
I've fixed it. It's fine.
It looks good like that.
It does, doesn't it? We should do
good
that
job.
more.
Oh, we'll do from now on.
Wait there,
Because
what
you've
if
got
I
really
do this? Oh,
No, we need to be on the screen. There you go.
better than, yeah.
No.
Yeah, that was better.
Right, okay.
Right, come on.
You're not too ugly to get sacked. I can tell you that.
It's my fucking show, mate. Remember that?
It's nobody's show.
Right.
This isn't my show. It isn't show. It's nobody's show. This is
It's the people's show.
One day. It's the people's show. Whatever the people want.
We are just the people's show. Yeah, definitely drop.
Yeah.
Did they drop below Birmingham?
No, but I don't. See, I'm not high on Birmingham. Like, I would have Birmingham, like, sliding down here. Like, I'm just not high on them at all. I think they're the best of trash in the Southern Division.
No.
That's my opinion.
No.
That Southern Division is trash. And we will see when it goes to the playoffs and the Northern teams blow them out. You mark my words, that Southern Division outside of Bullets is absolute trash.
I don't think so, like.
I'm telling you now.
The Klansmen have to see. Cardiff drop.
Well,
Get them out of there.
So they fall to there.
No, they fall again.
Hertfordshire are unbeaten as well. I forgot to mention that last week. I got a raft of text messages during and after the show. I think it's Hertfordshire are undefeated.
But they're Division 1 though, aren't they?
You are?
Hertfordshire Division 1.
Yeah, but they are undefeated in Division 1.
Yeah, but so are Manchester, so are Newcastle. So
I was just I'm not saying they have to go.
So get them down right there.
Manchester now.
Put Cardiff still in that little
in the hunt. Luga, Swansea are just out of this now, aren't they?
Hearts are 4-1. Line.
Is it Loughborough who are undefeated then?
Maybe. No one cares.
Nobody cares.
They've got like 14, 15 rugby teams now. They've got loads of players to choose from. The bloody sport, you know.
I think it's Loughborough. It might be undefeated. Somebody's undefeated.
Who were putting it 9, son?
Like, can we? I don't know. So it's.
I don't want 12 teams in the 10 spot either. I want people down.
No. Yeah. Like, for me, I think after the impressive victory this week, it'd be Manchester. That's my opinion.
I'm gonna go with that because Manchester are sending us a hat. So yeah, Manchester. I'm Cardiff. I'm struggling with Cardiff. Like
I'm struggling. Like
they've won a game, haven't they?
They've won games and
in the Prem.
They were 2-0, weren't they? So that's why we had them.
So who have they beat?
I'm pretty sure they beat. Oh, I don't know. This is. You know, you could get this open as well.
I can't. I've got
Why?
I've got a bone in my leg.
A bone in your leg? You've got a boner?
I've got a bone in my leg. I can't do it.
Talking absolute rubbish.
Obviously, it just makes you do it though, doesn't it?
I hate you.
It's about time you've done something anyways, isn't it? Let's be honest. You don't do anything for work. You just sit there all day doing nothing. Pretending like you're working.
You cheeky guy.
Pays
the bills, doesn't it?
Does. Who have the Cardiff? They can't.
1 minute.
We can't let Cardiff slide that much if they've won 2 games in the Prem, mate.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, the Prem's trash. The Prem South, other than UWE. Like, they've beat Swansea and they've beat probably UAE early on. Like, that's it.
But why have we got the Pirates that high then?
Because they've just beat Cardiff.
So they can be above them, but they don't have to be that high. Would the Pirates beat Manchester?
I don't know. In my opinion, it'd probably be very close. Because the Prem South is trash.
Right. So would the Pirates beat the Raiders?
Well, I don't know because the Prem South is trash. Probably, I think that they'd be very close games. They would have.
What's everyone thinking in the chat? What people watching?
8, 9, 10. What are we thinking here? Just post in who you've got 8, 9, and 10. Do we need to consider Loughborough? Luga Baruga? I'm just having a quick look. I'm going to give you some stats on teams who are here. Right, that'll help us.
The stats will. Yes.
Hertfordshire are 4-1.
Right, well, they've lost, so they're out the question. They're in Division 1, they've lost. Out. Get down.
Hertfordshire, you're going to move down.
Get in the bin.
Newcastle are 3-0. Okay, you're all right. You can stay.
3 comfortable wins as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
So move Manchester down there just for now.
Okay.
Right, Newcastle 3-0. Manchester 3-0. 4-0.
3-0.
3-0.
So Loughborough.
Yeah.
Loughborough are 3-0.
Right, put them up there.
Undefeated. NTU are 4-1.
Who did they lose against?
Let me check.
Yes,
They lost one of the first games.
Jack, we already know
What's he saying?
that Pride would give most teams in the Prem a run for them. And
we know.
If we could do this without it just being like legit rankings, like if we could just say what it is realistically,
they wouldn't beat Bullets.
Pride would be probably 2 or 3.
Yeah, 3, 4-ish probably. Right, okay, so NTU, they lost to Loughborough 22-20.
Right, so get them out there. Get them out.
Okay, just makes it easier.
Yeah.
So we're not saying you're not a good team, NTU. You just lost to Loughborough. Okay.
Mike said you were crap. That's what he said.
No, I like NTU. They play in
So
Pig.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're out. So that makes things easier.
Right, in Cardiff, who was their wins against?
Imperial Immortals are 4-1, but it's fine because they've only scored 28 points in those wins.
Right. Who did Cardiff beat?
Cardiff beat Swansea, and they beat these guys first game of the season.
Right, so they've went 1-1 with them.
Yeah, but they beat them like 10-6 or something in the very first game of the season, but then they've just lost like 30-10.
Yeah, wasn't it like the week after they had played the NFL Academy as well?
Yeah.
So Pirates would have been battered and bruised from that, no doubt.
Yeah. So what I'm taking is the Pirates are the better team over Cardiff.
Right, we'll go with that.
Can stay there. And that's only because they're a Prem team.
So they've only beat them once, and who else have they beat?
Swansea.
And Swansea.
Yeah, so both of these teams have beat each other and beat Swansea.
So I think you've got to put them 9.
But Swansea have also beat these as well.
What?
Yeah, Swansea beat UAA Pirates.
Oh, move the Pirates down. The 1 win doesn't claim them that high. Shut off.
Yeah, so
look at you wouldn't get this indecisiveness on the other podcast. No, you wouldn't. You wouldn't. But I'm pretty sure they're probably still alive. So you can head over to there if you want, mate. Right?
Yeah, Kieran, see you later.
Find out who they've got. 8, 9, 10. Report back, and then we'll do it different.
Because they only do a top 5.
Do they?
Yeah.
I wouldn't know because we're banned, so.
Yeah. Right, okay. The reason we're indecisive is because we want...
They've already finished.
Jack, that's why our views have gone up. Right, it's because we want to get it right. So if anyone could comment in the chat who you would have 8, 9, and 10, we want you guys to be involved in this process.
Yeah, we understand. We're for the people. We're the people's champs.
Right, I'm just trying to make it look. See, I'm never about Prem team, so that's how I would probably have mine right now. Okay, so that's me.
I think I'd switch 9 and 10 over them.
Of course you would.
Up the northeast.
Up the northeast.
No. Yes. Right.
I think they've beaten better teams, though. They've beaten NTU, who are in this, whereas Newcastle have just beaten other northeast.
Right, okay, switch it then. Switch it. Tyrants, Newcastle, Loughborough. That's what they have said.
Right,
Tyrants, in the comments, Tyrants, Newcastle, Loughborough. Leeds in the hunt, they haven't won a game, but they're a Prem team, so they just automatically go in the hunt. That's what happens.
We could, if I could delete them out of it, trust me, I'd delete Gryffindors out.
Gryffindor!
Gryffindors! And then Swansea are also trash as well, so we delete it. Edinburgh, won a game early on. And now
They did. Right. They said Tyrants, Newcastle, Loughborough. I think we go Tyrants, Newcastle, Loughborough.
And my point, I think, is more valid. I would probably even go like that because they beat an NTU, who I would class as very good Div 1 team and always have been.
Right, and Tyrants just beat
Hallam,
Sheffield,
who were also a very good team and always have been.
So I'd flip that.
I'm happy either way.
Loughborough have lost, haven't they?
No,
Loughborough are undefeated as well.
Yeah. That's why I'm happy for.
And Newcastle have beat Northumbria. They've beat
York
Leeds. York.
No, York and York. Well, York
Centurions. Leeds. They haven't beat Leeds. York.
No, not Leeds.
They beat York Centurions. They beat Northumbria and they beat Edinburgh.
Yeah.
I'm going with that. Yeah, go with that. That's fine.
I'm happy with that. Yeah, that's fine.
But if we're not bothered about Prem, can we just move Filton all the way up then? Or what?
I would let's move them up. Like I think they're here. Like let's be honest. Like that's where Filton are.
NTU are thereabouts. That Div 1 playoff will be very interesting watching. It will.
Yeah.
It will. I'm looking forward to that, to be honest, Bryce. I'm thinking. By the way, Bryce has just commented and you just whacked his team down too, but never mind.
It's all right. He's fine. He's going to be all right with it. If Sterling went and played Pride win. In my opinion. So, there we go.
I don't know what to say. Like, yeah, I think. But I would have them above Cath and Durham as well.
No, I'm happy with it there.
Of course you are, because you're a Cath little fangirl.
These are the Power 4, then prove it next year.
I guarantee Gridiron Hub haven't got Filton at 5.
Yeah, guess what? Kiss my ass!
I'm not defending anyone this week. I don't want any more people to complain about us if I'm completely
There you go. That's our power rankings. That's our power rankings. Like them all, lump them.
Oh, we kept that. Is that what we've done? We've kept it. That's it.
Yeah.
Done. We've locked it in. It's locked in. It's done.
And that's our end of year one as well. End of 2000.
You're not sharing your screen anymore. I can see you moving it about, but you're not.
No, yeah. So what week is it? I don't even know what it is. End of.
Oh, so wait there. Who's Christmas number? So we've got the Bullets at Christmas number 1.
Yeah.
Hey, do you know what to say about Christmas number 1s?
What do they say about it?
The number 1 at Christmas. What do you think is it?
That's terrible. Right, okay. So there we go. That's it. Bullets at Christmas number 1. Nottingham are very much in the hunt. We don't know what Nottingham can possibly do because of the amount of Americans that UWA have got. Unfortunately, until you potentially beat them in the playoffs, then you'll know you're number 1 because you would win the national championship.
No, they won it 1 year without playing in it, remember? Bullets won it the year that it never got.
They're going for a three-peat, aren't they, this year?
Yeah.
To be fair, if they win it this year, they spent that much money on Americans, they kind of deserve it, I think.
They do.
I mean, they are a very good team to watch. I can't lie. Like, they are fantastic.
They are good to
don't
watch.
think anyone will come close to them.
Right.
If they went to the final, well, yeah, we need to go. Thanks everyone for joining us. We'll see you all again next week.
I mean, that wasn't what I was going to say. I was going to say we need to go to the final if it's on.
Oh, right. Yeah, definitely. I thought you were going to say we need to go.
Nah, I mean, we've got 45 minutes before our next meeting, but yeah.
No, you're all right. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Love you all.
Love you, bye. Have a Merry Christmas.
Yeah, have a Merry Christmas. We might do a Christmas special next week. We'll be in touch if we are. Coaches.
What?
Coaches quiz.
Are we going to actually do that this year?
We might do, yeah.
Really? Are we actually going to air it this year? Because last year we didn't fucking air it.
Yeah, it's fine. We'll do it live.
I spent like 6 hours editing things down and we didn't even show it because people were complaining. Jason Scott, ducks quacking, all that crap.
Right. See you all next week.
Bye.
Love you all. Bye. Bye.
Be a duck.